in these residential settings because we know that the mental health and behavioral acuity of the kids that we're serving is increasing. And yes, we want every child to be with a family if possible. Yes, we want kids to be back with their own families if possible, and we want to provide as much support as possible to those families. But boots on the ground, we have kids that cannot be successful in a family setting, and so the importance of high quality treatment programs that can provide kids with the care they need to help overcome the trauma they've experienced, to help them develop some behaviors that can help them be functional in a family setting, so that highly treatment-oriented, short-term reunification process is a very important role for the residential providers in Texas.
I hope today everybody leaves refreshed and re-energized to plug in together in a collaborative way with each other, with the SSCCs, with everybody working together to do the best we can for our kids and families, and just really be, I hope no one leaves feeling they're in a silo and that they're alone, because it really is all of us working together for our kids.
So mental health is important, right? For all of our kids, right? Especially our kids in foster care. Our kids struggle so much with different mental health issues. It takes up a lot of what we do. Mental health, suicidal ideation, self-harm, identity issues. There's so many different issues that we deal with on a daily basis. So we're here because mental health is important, because it impacts our kids, and because it impacts our kids, it impacts us. And so we want to have all the resources that are available to us for our kids so that we can be, our kids can be successful and we can help them to overcome their mental health challenges.
For our operation, we're really in the process right now of really trying to figure out what is the best service packaging, how are we best providing care for the kiddos that are with us. We're really open to all of the options and ideas out there, and this has just seemed like a really great opportunity to hear from folks and also to just share ideas with other providers out here.
We firmly believe that residential treatment should be short-term and targeted to the treatment of the child so that we can together move the children to permanency and end the days of hopping from provider to provider. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the wonderful care and commitment that you have already shown to our Texas children, and thank you for being eager for more. We need you and we support you, and we hope that today together shows you that support. So we're ready to get this party started.
We need residential setting because we have youth that are just not comfortable in just a traditional care, and they need the treatment and the support that they receive from residential providers. So there are just so many right things that we're not celebrating that's happening with residential.
The thing that's going right in residential that I was reminded of today is the level of passion and caring that the people doing this work have. I mean, there are people in this room that are really having a rough time, but they're doing it because they care about kids. I asked the guy next to me, what got you into this work? And he said, I want to make a difference with my life. And that's what all 200 people in this room want to do. They want to help kids. They care about kids. They're not afraid of working with kids that have some behavioral problems. And we have a lot of really good hearts and minds in this room today.
Is we are able to work with youth that have extreme trauma and behaviors that go with that, and be successful with those youth.
So how many years or how long have you been working in residential care?
10 years. We are just beginning in residential care. We bought our home 2 months ago, and so we are still in the process. We don't have our first kid yet.
We'll be going on 2 years working in a residential facility.
So I've been in residential care for 3 years now.
5 years. 15 or 20 years of experience working in residential care.
So for the past several sessions, the Texas legislature has really drawn out a path for how to improve residential care in Texas. They fully understand that it is an important part of the continuum, but they really want to make sure that residential providers serving the absolute most vulnerable children with intense therapeutic needs are well cared for. This stay is effective, it's high quality care, high quality treatment, and that the right kids are getting the right kind of treatment in these settings. The path is clear, the writing is on the wall. Our members and providers out in communities don't always have time to read the tea leaves and to interpret that. So it's our job to help bring to them the legislator's direction and the path forward, and policies and funding decisions that really are indicators of where the future of child care is going.
The statutory changes of the legislature do signal a path and direction for the future. Quality, time limited, for the right child. This provides an opportunity for all of us to step up and do that design and deployment that Lizette just mentioned.
So today we wanted to spend some time talking about some of the hot topics, some of the things that we know are challenges that many of the orgs struggle with, but that a lot of our members are also really good at. So we wanted to create an opportunity for peer learning, and so we identified some of the top areas of things that we hear about that are concerns, and then we just had some discussion questions that we created, and we gave space and opportunity for our members to learn from each other, share what's working for them, maybe give each other ideas, bounce things off of each other on some of these hot topics. The thing that we really wanted to do today was introduce some promising practices. There are a lot of programs and organizations out there that are implementing some really promising work and promising practices, and so we reached out to some of those orgs. We had many of them participate virtually. We had at least one here in person, and so we had them do mini presentations. We talked about things like restraints and de-escalation techniques. We also talked about youth voice and choice and family engagement, and we talked about the power of nature. So we just wanted some opportunities to hear from some of these innovative, promising practices, organizations that are doing those that are working well.
Another one I want to point out is care of animals. Rich wrote another book called Our Wild Calling, and it shows how taking care of animals fosters empathy in our youth.
The other part to this is high quality, right? All programs and services were not created equal. We know that, but we also know that we can strive for and get to quality interventions that are effective, that do what they're supposed to do. And that's not just a residential conversation. We need high quality interventions and services across the full continuum of care. And we need that continuum to be robust. We need lots of options to be able to provide right care, right service, right time for all young people in our communities.
Family-driven care is really about the belief that families care about their children, know what's best for, and that they actually know what's best for their child as well as their family. The best way to support youth in the long run is actually about supporting their family.
And I love this quote, the extent to which a system is trauma-informed depends a great deal on the moment-to-moment, day-to-day behavior of its personnel.
It also comes with a mindset, this idea that can we see that a lot of the adversity, the trauma that young people experience, that's what's driving, that's what's underneath the behavior. And are we willing to interact with them from that place to recognize that pain and help ease that through co-regulation until they're able to self-regulate.
And I said opposite of restraint, opposite of control. Ukeru. To receive. So we're not going to fight against a kid or someone who's in crisis. We're going to go with their energy, right? We're going to go with them in order to keep everybody safe.
Such an exciting day. I mean, the wheels are turning, watching the room, watching the conversation, so many good discussions, so much idea sharing, solution focus, strengths focus. We are ready. We are ready to move forward, to serve kids well, to serve our system well, and I'm so excited about what's going to come after today and with all this collaboration that I know we're going to see move forward.